Hey y'all, EatMoPie here. New beta build patch. It's 15677, I believe, and they changed a bunch of things. They added a bunch of things. They nerfed a bunch of things. And I'm going to talk about a bunch of things. And then I have a bunch of clips to show everybody in bunches. Okay, apparently I said bunches so many times I blew the servers up because they went down and they added another new patch last night. And I'm back on now. Pie Guy, the 89 Monk. He's in Brewmaster spec right now, and I just want to go over a few basic things. Shuffle. It's changed a little bit over the last few weeks, so if you want to pause the video and take a look and read that to yourself. The most important parts about this are your Tiger's Palm and your Blackout Kick. Dizzying Haze is about the same. Breath of Fire is the same. And Guard is still a power word shield. Cooldowns have changed a little bit. Elusive Brew is a 45-second cooldown. It now increases your chance to dodge melee and ranged attacks by 10%. It was 50. So it's a little bit of a nerf, but it's beta, and I'm sure they'll bring it back up just a little bit, maybe 20%, to make it a little more useful than it is. Fortifying Brew, this is your main oh shit button. This increases your health by 20%, your stagger by 20%, and reduces damage taken by 20%. Now this was 100% increase to your health before, and they've changed this a few different times, but I'd imagine the reason they changed it this way is because it was so overpowered with Touch of Death. You could use your Fortifying Brew, and I mean it would take me up over 600,000 health, and then your Touch of Death would do 600,000 plus damage to your target once they were below that amount. So it was a huge killing blow. You know, you could one-shot elite mobs. So, you know, they needed to change that, and they did. Let's see, Avert Harm. This is another little cooldown. 1 minute cooldown, reduces damage taken by all nearby friendly targets within 10 yards by 50%, and causes half of all remaining damage they take to be redirected to you. It lasts 15 seconds. This is a neat little thing because you absorb a lot of damage, and you have a lot of damage reducing abilities and a lot of self-healing. So to do this, you're really helping out the party. There's a lot of AoE things happening in these new instances. They're easy, but there's just a lot going on, and people are standing in fire all over the place, and they're taking damage from AoE things that they don't even know what they are. You can save people's lives with this thing, and you know, it just makes you a little bit more useful. Okay, main ability I want to talk about is Purifying Brew, and the reason is it's one of the main mechanics in Brewmaster tanking. You are a leather-wearing class. You do not have a lot of armor, you don't have an absurd amount of dodge and parry, and you don't block. What you do is you stagger, and what that does is you take a portion of damage up front, and then you get a debuff. And it'll be up here, and it'll say light, medium, or heavy, and you take X amount of damage per second for X amount of seconds. And Purifying Brew removes that debuff. So you're removing a large portion of damage that you have incoming. It is a neat mechanic. It makes things very interesting, and it's not something, you know, some people are going to try and spam it, and those people are going to die because they're using too much chi on Purifying Brew rather than Guard and Blackout Kick and other defensive abilities that they need. You need to use your defensive abilities, and you need to manage your chi in a way that you can use Purifying Brew when it's optimal to use. You know, if you're staggering, you know, 2,000 damage per second for 6 seconds, that's not a big deal. If you're staggering 25,000 damage per second, that's a big deal. the difference between staying alive and not, and being a good tank and not being a good tank. And it is a great mechanic. It really makes it interesting, and it's something everybody's going to have to learn. I'm still learning it. I still mess up all the time, but it makes things fun, and I hope they keep it the way that it is, because it gives you a lot of control over your incoming damage, and it will make raiding interesting for sure. Okay, summon Black Ox statue. This is a neat little thing because it gives you a guard, as you can see. That guard stacks, as you can see. And the other neat thing about it is when you target your statue and you use your taunt, your provoke, it will AoE taunt anything around your statue. So if you keep your healers and your ranged DPS near your statue, and adds are spawning from random places all over the place, it's hard to pick them up. You just have to taunt your statue, and anything around it is going to come right to you. And it is a neat little mechanic, and I hope they keep it that way. I just wanted to show that off. Moving on. Okay, server restart coming soon. But let's talk rotation real quick, and then I'll show you some demonstrations and put some videos together for you, some clips together. Rotation wise, Keg Smash, this is your main attack. This is a 8-second cooldown, generates 2 chi. It's a cleave, it does a lot of damage, and it also applies those 2 debuffs which are necessary. Jab, this is one of your main attacks. You use this. I try not to spam it or anything like that because it costs 40 energy. But every 15 seconds it generates 2 chi because I'm talented for it. And Expel Harm is your other chi generating ability. It's your self-heal. It does a small amount of damage to the target. 15-second cooldown, costs energy, and generates 1 chi. So basically the way that this works, the way your rotation works is you will generate chi. You will use Guard, or Blackout Kick, or Zen Sphere as far as defensive abilities. For offensive abilities, you're going to use Breath of Fire, Tiger Palm, Spinning Crane Kick. Those are your main attacks. I have Leg Sweep, which is kind of a freebie, Stun, and it's awesome. And then you're going to use your Purifying Brew as needed, based on, you know, how much damage you're taking at a certain time, how high your stagger is, and also how long it is. Because if you have, 25,000 damage and there's only 1 second left when you have the chi to use it, there is no sense in wasting it. Wait for the next big attack and then use it when you have, 10,000 damage per second for 6 seconds. That's going to help a lot more. So rotation wise, as with all the attacks right now, is you pick if you want defensive or offensive resource uses. So I'm going to run here, I'm going to generate my chi, and I'm going to use my Blackout Kick. That's going to give me my stagger and my parry, and then I'm going to use my guard, generate more chi. I like to keep my Zen Sphere up because it does damage and heals. It's just a little heal, but it's helpful. And then you can blow some chi on your Tiger Palm if needed. Trying to keep your Blackout Kick up as much as possible. And as you can see, my guard is glowing now. It's going to be substantially better than it is normally. Now bosses usually will not get your Dizzying Haze debuff, therefore it's not worth using Breath of Fire on a boss. It's more of an AoE trash type ability. So you're going to blow most of your chi on defensive and Tiger Palm, which makes sense. So what this looks like, well, one other thing real quick. These little healing spheres that are everywhere, they are generated because of your attacks. And I don't know if it's bugged how often they're generating, but it definitely is helpful because as you can see, that was a lot of healing in a short period of time, and it saves the healers a lot of mana, and it really makes you useful because your self-healing is ridiculous as a brewmaster. They're probably going to fix that as soon as they restart the server. It wouldn't surprise me a bit. But real quick, I'm just going to go through my rotation here. This is AoE. Toss your keg, generate chi, blow some fire, more chi, guard, blackout kick, generate some chi. I like to throw in my little stun there. And as long as you have guard or your blackout kick up, it's fine for you to use your spinning crane kick. It's a nice ability and it costs energy, not chi, so it's one of those things you just decide when you want to use it. And that's really about it. It's not a set rotation, it's more of using things when you need to use them. And once you play for a while, you'll get the hang of it. You'll get the feel for how much damage you're going to take. AoE rotations, I like to use my guard first. Single targets, I use my blackout kick first. Eventually you're going to use them both, but you know, it's just a matter of using them when it's most needed. So Zen Sphere, I like to use that after I have both of these up, and then I work on keeping my blackout kick, my stagger up. But that's about it. I'm going to show you some clips here from tanking earlier today and yesterday, and I hope you enjoy. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Let me know. I'm working on a Windwalker video and rotation, and hopefully that'll be out later today. Thanks for watching. See ya. I'm flying on a dragon, flying on a dragon. I'm flying on a big scary dragon. Woohoo!